Welcome back to Leeds Lately. Leeds are champions. Make sure you hit that big red button down below for that. I've got my headphones on still because I can still see all of the players celebrating, lifting the trophy, getting all the photographs, and I'd like to leave that on whilst I'm doing this, just to remind us that we are champions of the Championship. Leeds United on 100 points win the division against Burnley, who of course finish on 100 points as well, but Leeds with a superior goal difference. 95 goals scored, 100 points is a ridiculous achievement, and Leeds United have done it in style. And especially in the last few games, we haven't had Dan James, we haven't had Rothwell, we haven't had Strauch, some of our best three players and some of our, basically a lot of the spine of our team this season. Unbelievable to be able to pull out the bag. We won the last 6 games in a row, which is not like Leeds whatsoever. But let's talk about today's game. So, look, you're going away to Plymouth, and the first thing you hear in the match is that Burnley have gone 1-0 down against Millwall, and you think, oh my God, absolutely buzzing. Then they go 1-1, and you think, okay, well, 0-0 here, 1-1 over there. A draw still gets us promoted. But then we go and concede. Now, Bundu had a couple of... We played poor in that first half. We really were poor in that first half. And Bundu was able to Bundu himself, as in bundled himself. I made that joke on the stream, so if you were on the stream, you get it. But he kind of crashed through about 3 or 4 players and smashed it off the post. And that was a warning sign. He did the same thing again a couple of minutes later and put it in the bottom corner. Actually, no, he didn't. It hit the post, bounced back, hit Byram and went in for an own goal. So a bit unlucky for us, but also a bit unlucky for them that it didn't go in straight away anyway, because they deserved a goal. After that, they kind of started to back off a little bit. They were okay in this game. Look, they weren't bad in this game at all. Plymouth. For somebody who's already been relegated, they could have gone a bit easier on us. But they defended very well. They were throwing players out onto the wing to try and stop the overloads where we had Bogle and Nonto going beyond each other. Then you had that kind of, let's put 3 defenders out there to stop them. So it was causing us issues trying to create things. We did create chances in that first half. Don't get me wrong. We did create chances, but we didn't do much with them. We put them over the bar. Aronson was poor. Byram slowed everything down on the left-hand side. And that first half, we'll stop talking about the first half now, but that first half was not very good at all, and we went in 1-0 down. But let's just say that Leeds United always have another trick up their sleeve. Let me just check something, by the way, as well. If we just go on Leeds United, I just want to know when... Yeah, so Nonto scored 8 minutes after half-time. The ball was squared across the face of goal, and Nonto managed to put it in the bottom corner. We made a couple of subs a bit later on. The game started to change. Leeds did improve, and Plymouth were sitting further and further back. But eventually, by the time the 90th minute came round, they'd wasted so much time. They'd had yellow cards for time wasting. They'd had players go off. There'd been injuries. And realistically, we were thinking, well, we've got promoted, but we haven't won the title. And then in steps Manor Solomon to put it in the bottom corner right at the end. The fact that it just kind of opened up for him. The ball was played out to him. He went past one player, and then there was just kind of space to run into in the box. So he ran inside the box. He cut inside, and he just curled it past a couple of players into the bottom corner, and that was that. Leeds United finished the season on 100 points. Ampadu now is just clapping for the fans there with his medal on. Imagine the obviously footballer is a better job than pretty much anything else. Yes, it's easy in terms of you're having fun doing it, but like actually physically and mentally, it must be knackering. And to get to the end of the season and actually win the league is unbelievable, and it means it's all worthwhile, and the players are absolutely buzzing. It looks like Tanaka may have picked up a slight knock, but hopefully he's going to recover over the summer. There's no international tournaments or anything, so apart from the Club World Cup, but that's obviously not an international tournament. But Leeds are champions, and it just feels good to be champions, doesn't it? It really does feel good to be champions. Leeds are in a position now where we can go up into the Premier League as champions and have all of those photos and those memories and that little bit of extra spring in our step, that little bit of extra confidence being the guys who won the title. I will just say, I do feel a little bit for Burnley because to get 100 points and only concede, 16 goals in an entire season is a ridiculous achievement for them as well. And the fact that they haven't won the league with that is unbelievable. So credit to Scott Parker, credit to Ramazani's just doing his backflip celebration just for the fans. For them to have done that under Scott Parker and played so well is a fantastic achievement. And I would rather it be them than Sheffield United, I think. So look, the playoffs now, I probably won't. Do you know what? I was saying that I won't be doing any more live streams. I might do the playoff final live stream. That might be interesting. Yeah, I'll think about doing that. I was saying to people before that I'll be doing a lot of videos, a lot of transfer videos. I've already done one from yesterday about Finn Darman, potential goalkeeper. But there'll be plenty of videos to come in the future. But Leeds United are champions. And to do it in the 91st minute or the 92nd minute, whenever it was, is the most Leedsy thing that you could possibly have done. But we wouldn't have had it any other way because it wouldn't have been Leeds if we did. The fact that we scored so late in the game, the fact that we scored right at the very death is, and then we're able to hold on, and you had Bamford shoving his body in, trying to hold the ball up with his experience up top. It's just so good to see that Leeds have become champions. And we don't do things in half measures, do we? Either do it properly or we don't do it at all. Hence our defending in the season we got relegated. We just didn't do it at all. But look, we had to go and win the title, didn't we? I think Farker said that open top bus tour wouldn't have felt anywhere near as good without some silverware to hold, without an actual trophy to hold. So it makes a big difference. It makes a big difference mentally and physically to be like, we have won the league. We are the champions and we're going up. It's amazing. It is amazing. Like I say, there's going to be so much content over the summer about the transfers and all that sort of stuff. I think in one of the videos next week I'll be doing a wish list of what positions we want to sign, and then we'll start looking at what players we've been linked with, maybe what ones that I think that we should sign based on my research. So much exciting stuff to be done. So make sure you hit that big red button. Everybody in the Creator Cup group chat. Don't forget Creator Cup, by the way, leedscreatorcup.com. And the people all in the Creator Cup group chat it's pinging off at the moment. People absolutely buzzing because Leeds United are the champions. Nonto's just getting interviewed now. He's absolutely buzzing. He can't stop smiling, and neither can I. Look, it's a shame, isn't it, that it had to be away at Plymouth. If it was at Ellen Road, it would have been amazing to see the whole crowd. Farker and James actually going and talking to the fans now. I think Farker's talking about James to the fans, and James is a bit like, yeah, thanks, boss. But yeah, if it had been at Ellen Road, it would have been amazing. But nevertheless, they knew, didn't they? They must have took the real trophy, because I think they take a replica to both grounds, don't they? Or they take the real one to one ground, the replica to the other ground. They must have known, given that Leeds are in pole position, to take the real one. But Leeds are champions, and we've got a big, big summer ahead of us with recruitment. I'm buzzing. I can't wait for the Premier League season. And hopefully, look, if we even get half the number of points, if we get 50 points in the Premier League, it'll be amazing. So, look, thanks for watching Leeds Lately. Thanks for joining us throughout this season. Thanks to all the Leeds Lately members, to those of you who left super chats, to those of you who continue to support the channel by commenting and liking every single video. Thank you so much for your support throughout the season. It doesn't end here. There's so much more to come from Leeds Lately and from Leeds United themselves. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. We are champions.